Well, it's finally time to head to Dome Sweet Dome as Siouxland finally has its first matchup in the Iowa High School Football State semifinals as Woodbury Central found themselves in a battle against East Buchanan. Woodbury Central back at the Unidome for the third straight season. Pick up in the first quarter. Wildcats are down 6-0. That's until Drew Klunder heaves one downfield to a wide-open Jaden Lloyd, who gets a little block right there from the referee. He trots on into the end zone. It's 7-6 Woodbury Central. Third quarter now. Cats down 7. Klunder takes the snap, rolls out away from the pressure, slings this one to Eric McGill, who makes the toe-tapping catch by the sideline. We're tied at 14. Stay in the third quarter. Tied ball game. Klunder keeps it himself, dives on in. They take the lead 21-14. Not long after, though, East Buchanan goes with the sweep play to Hunter Bowers. He sheds one in the backfield before finding the seam, and there goes Bowers, 83 yards all the way. But the extra point is no good. Wildcats still lead by 1. Now we go with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in regulation. Klunder once again keeps it and scores. That one's the dagger. Woodbury Central is heading to the Class A state championship game. Final in this one, 28-20. Jason Moeller joins us now live from the Unidome. And Jason, Wildcats were down at halftime, but they found a way in the second half.
Yeah, Amber, tell you what, the Woodbury Central Wildcats down 7 at the half. They could have given up, but instead they got together, regrouped, and came out in the second half firing. Now, this also was a game of two exact opposite teams. On one hand, you had Woodbury Central, who had a bit more of a balanced attack, and then on the other hand, you had East Buchanan, who threw the ball a grand total of 7 times the entire game. But that turned the game into a short game, which the Wildcats may have used to their advantage. The MVP in this one, most likely Drew Klunder, who had a part in all 4 of the Woodbury Central Wildcat touchdowns, going 10 of 15 passing with 2 throwing touchdowns, and then adding 55 yards on the ground. But for Woodbury Central, it's just sweet to finally get a nice win inside the Dome.
Kind of just refocus ourselves. We were here, we were meant to be here, and we wanted to show that to everybody, and I think that's what we did today.
Fantastic. That's all I can say. It's been a long road. Done this for 3 years. Well, we went to the Dome for 3 years straight, and finally moving on to the final round.
Now, Woodbury Central will advance to the Class A state championship game, where they'll take on West Hancock on Thursday, November 16th. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. But Amber, as much fun as I have here in this amazing 75-degree weather here inside the Dome, that's all I got today. I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks for that, Jason. Well,